What's going on there, sports faithful? It's your boy Prion, and you're watching the Prion Sports Network, aka the only PSN that doesn't crash every 2 hours. That being said, thank you for your viewership and patronage moving forward. Now, a lot of people have asked me, what do I think about the NBA and their relationship with China and the whole Daryl Morey tweet situation and how it occurs to LeBron James? And look, I'm going to be upfront with you. As a man who loves consistency, you need to have it day in, day out, and I'm going to tell you why. It allows everyone to build a frame of reference, a point of reference. It allows people to establish a timeline of events. It allows people to see who you, as an individual or an entity or whatever you want to be known as, who you really are. It allows us to have a frame of mind to be like, okay, when you do X, we do Y. We know how to act accordingly. We know exactly what hoops you're jumping through because you've already established through your consistent behavior who you really are and what we should expect. This is a very important thing to note moving forward because Daryl Morey is the GM of the Houston Rockets, and it's very, very, very important that we set this out and set this up. Because as a GM of the Houston Rockets, you have to know one thing. The Houston Rockets are worshipped like gods in China. The Houston Rockets organization is infallible in China. How do I know this? They used to have a player that you may not know is Chinese. Yao motherfucking Ming. Real tall guy, you can't miss him, lanky, and he could dunk on people, and it was a meme every time he shot up a three-pointer and it went in the bucket. That being said, why is this such an important detail? Because it seems to be omitted from everybody else who talks about it. The Houston Rockets make money hand over fist. They can't even suppress the money down if they wanted to from China. They make millions of dollars over there in China is what I'm basically trying to say. And Tracy McGrady, 7 years ago, yes, T-Mac, went over there to play for a Chinese Basketball Association team. Yes, 33-year-old T-Mac went to go play in a Chinese basketball league, and he was swarmed by the beloved and rabid fans when he landed. Here's the video. And that's T-Mac getting the Jordan treatment. That's T-Mac coming off a season and career low. And they love this man because he was a Houston Rocket. Look at James Harden. Look what he's wearing. Look, he, instead of going to an NBA awards show, decided to go to Beijing, China. And this was June of 2019. And they're loving him. Look at the kids. They're wearing beards. They love this man. Wear a Houston Rockets jersey and you will be forever a made man in the Chinese eye. Which means this whole Houston Rocket China thing, this has been going on for a well-established period of time. And it's no secret that the Chinese government has not been good to its people or fair to its people. This isn't something that is just new. It's just boiled over to a point now to where it's starting to affect other lands, whether it's, Hong Kong or, as other people will talk about, Taiwan and things of that nature. But moving past all of that, I need to set this up because it's consistent that if this hand is China, this hand is the Houston Rockets organization. They've been handshaking for quite some time with the NBA. As we all know, this is one big thing. However, Hong Kong's freedom, it ranks probably about here for Daryl Morey. He did say they should be free, but he really wanted the good ratio, the likes, the retweets, and things of that nature. He wanted people to be like, yeah, we love you, Daryl. Yeah, an owner who gets it. He wanted that, but it backfired. And you're wondering, well, how could you say that his intent was just to get some free likes and retweets and some clout? Because if you really wanted to stand by that, if you really wanted to anchor your feet down and really mean it, you wouldn't have deleted the fucking tweet when China got mad at you. When the Chinese government was upset with you. You wouldn't have deleted the tweet. You couldn't even stand by it. Yeah, funny how this works. When we uncover and we follow the money trail, how much China really means to you guys, how much your players are worshipped as idols over there in China, how much T-Mac jerseys are still selling in China. These are things that a lot of people seem to omit when they talk about the great NBA GM, Daryl Morey, and all the great things he's done to help, because you didn't stick within the NBA and say, hey guys, Maybe we should slowly try to wean ourselves off the Chinese titty and try to make sure that the Chinese money isn't something that we are 100% completely fucking all in on. Maybe we could try to wean off it, not Jay that we just cut them out 100%, but slowly start backing off and, showing more support for the people who are, I don't know, fucking marginalized, malnourished, oppressed, all those types of things. Because people starving out there. People are getting duggied out there. It's not a good look, but the Chinese government doesn't care. And, they know that their money goes a long way. And if they want to pull out, we know a lot of companies and a lot of organizations will have no choice but to bend to their dominant will. Now, Daryl Morey, Business 101, stupid for you to make that tweet. There are infinitely more ways in which you could have gone on about that would have been tangible, would have had, a positive effect, would have shown that you were really about that life, instead of a fucking tweet that does nothing. A tweet that does zilch. A tweet that doesn't do anything for anybody other than make you look good for clout's sake. Now, that being said, we need to break it down to LeBron James, because as we know, LeBron James is a personal activist. He's a community man. He knows what's right, and he stands up for human rights, and nobody will damn ever well tell him, shut up and dribble.
Must they run their mouths like that? So keep the political commentary to yourself, or as someone once said, shut up and dribble.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
Because it's not about that. Basketball players are bigger than that. He's a human being first, man second, and damn it, he's going to voice his opinion regardless of who is a naysayer. We saw him do it for Colin Kaepernick. We saw him do it about Hillary Clinton. We saw him do it about Trump. We saw him do it about the whole George Zimmerman trial. This is a man that has his values, his head on straight, and is doing right first and foremost. The things he does in his community, great. The things that he does to help out the less fucking privileged, great. Round of a fucking applause. Now, the one time we were all in. We knew he was going to stand up for the right. We knew he was going to do this shit. We knew he had the poor, impoverished people of China's back. We knew he was going to have the people in Hong Kong's back. We knew he was going to have anybody who was oppressed fucking back. We knew this. And then he says, nah, man, that's politics. You know what I'm saying? I don't do politics. You don't do politics? You've been doing politics for your whole 17-year motherfucking career. What the fuck do you mean? What do you mean, sir? What do you mean? Now all of a sudden it's politics because it's actually affecting your bottom line? Because it's actually affecting your money? Your time? Is that what this is? All of a sudden now it's politics and it's above you now. It hasn't been above you for quite some time, but all of a sudden it's above you now. And now you have people in Hong Kong and other various places of China saying that they're burning his jersey and saying fuck LeBron and et cetera, so on and so forth. But he don't care about that. That's none of his concern. Until it starts making his image look bad, then I'm sure he'll go out and release a statement. But you guys gotta understand, as I said in my other video on my main channel, because I talk about tech and gaming and stuff like that, and I talked about the developers of games like Overwatch and Hearthstone and World of Warcraft, Blizzard, because they had their own recent incident with China. Video will be in the description below if you want to check that out. And ultimately, look, these companies, these celebrities, they're not your friend. They will say whatever they can to make themselves look good, so you give them more money. And if they already have your money, you're already a unit sold, and they don't have to do effort for you. We know you're still going to watch the NBA. You're still watching the preseason as it stands right now, even though you know that the NBA has been on some fuck shit. Hell, the 76ers were throwing out people for wearing free Hong Kong shirts and merchandise of that type of, that type of political value. But, once again, I digress. It's wild. It is 100% wild to me that's really where we're going to hang our hat. Or in my case, hang my beanie on, that's what the NBA has decided to do. They decided to forego a lot of people's quote-unquote morals, and, that's what it is. And yeah, Tracy McGrady arrived in Qingdao, or I think it's Qingdao, and was mobbed by Chinese fans for signing with a Chinese Basketball Association 7 fucking years ago. This isn't something that's been recent, out of the world, whoa, Houston and China. No, this is something they've been bedfellows for quite some time. And the fact that no one really seems to talk about it really chaps my ass.